Whether you want to step up your game as an executive in your career path or you want to onboard new hires that are going to perform the way that you want them to perform. In this video, what I want to share with you are 5 key habits of A players in the workplace. Let's face it, you are a career executive. And as a career executive, we are expected to lead. And you may have a number of direct reports that report to you, but make no mistake about it, an executive, this is where it is important to be able to lead, influence, and persuade through the layers down beneath you, management layers down beneath you, and even sometimes opportunities to lead up as well to your executive leadership team. So that's why in this video, whether or not you're desiring to step up in your own game to perform the way you want to perform, to have the career growth, or you want to be able to inspire and persuade your team as well to perform their best, then these 5 key habits in this video are going to help you here. So let's go. Key habit number 1, avoid the discomfort of stagnancy. When it comes to A players, they naturally continuously want to be in momentum. They want to grow. They want to climb to the top of the mountain, just like the mountain I'm on right now. So when A players are not moving, when they are stagnant, this is where they feel utmost discomfort. This is where they're going to do whatever it takes to get back into momentum, to figure out why am I stuck, to figure out the roadblocks, obstacles, to figure out how can I get back into momentum and how can I stay in momentum. These are A players. That is the first key habit. If you are the one who wants to bring your game in, then it's time to bring out your discomfort around stagnancy. Understand and reconnect to the inspiration when it comes to climbing, and the same thing with your team members as well. So I'm taking you out on a little bit of an adventure with me as well. Up here on Whistler Mountain, we're a little bit in between the summer and the winter seasons here. I'm on the top of the mountain and there's snow on one side and it looks like summer on the other, but it's really warm. So let's go for a walk and let's continue the discussion. Key habit number 2, believers of the mission. When it comes to being an A player, A players are clear what the mission is, the mission objective. They know where they're going, they know what the objectives are, and they know the path to get there. And therefore, they also have accountability that along the journey and progression towards the mission, they know if they've gone off track, and they know how far they've progressed and how much farther they have to go. But it first begins with believing in the mission. So if you want to step up your game, it is understanding what is the mission I'm on and being on board with that mission, ensuring that your core values, your personal values, you can see the alignment with the mission on the team that you're on. And if you're a team leader, you want to inspire your team as well. Those A players, it's really communicating to them what is the mission, why is that mission important, and how do we know we're going to be successful? And also accountability towards that success as well. So this is the keystone habit number 2, is believers of the mission. A players are true believers. Key habit number 3 of A players is that they conduct themselves with emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence, number 1, is being self-governed. They have an internal thermostat on how to manage their emotions. They understand where their emotions are coming from, but they don't make decisions by their emotions, but they know how to manage them. They know how to contain them, and they know how to overcome the traumas of their past. And this is a self-governed individual. On the outside, A players conducting with emotional intelligence, they have a pulse on how to connect with their audiences. They have a pulse on how to collaborate and how to create harmony within teams. But more importantly, they have a pulse on what constitutes good leadership versus bad leadership. A players will know whether or not this leadership is trustworthy. They'll know whether or not the strategic direction is whether or not the leaders are making the correct strategic direction, or whether or not they are reliable or predictable. A players have a pulse on these things. Their intuition brings it to their attention, and they will not rest until they are in a place where they are constantly in momentum. So if you're somebody who is an A player, or you want to step up your game, or maybe you are managing a team as well, and you want to ensure that you hire a team of A players, and one of the challenges that you might come across is some of my team members currently aren't A players. Is it possible for me to train them, to provide them with resources, or maybe with some coaching in order to turn them into A players? How can I help my team to become A players? Or maybe you yourself are finding that I have deficiencies when it comes to leading, when it comes to emotional intelligence, or believing in the mission that I'm on. If you're finding these things, then I invite you to work with me. Below this video in the description, there is a link, and that link is to apply for my executive coaching program. And in this program, this is where I'm going to help you if you're a team leader. How do you train your teams and coach them for success? How do you ensure that they stay in momentum? And what do you do with your current team members who aren't quite A players, but something about that relationship makes it really difficult to let go? And if you are finding that there are some gaps with respects to your performance and you want to take things to a whole new level as well, then every single week, this is where I provide you with training and coaching to understand the principles on how to step up in your leadership, how to lead the management levels below you and above you as well. So if you're serious about that kind of growth for yourself and for your teams, then click the link below and I look forward to working with you on the inside. Key habit number 4, demand full utilization. A players are restless. They are individuals that are constantly looking for better ways of doing things, and they will not rest until they are operating at their fullest potential. They don't like to be hired and only operating for part of their skills, or only hired for part of their intelligence, or only doing part of the work that they know they can do. A players desire to be working and hired and demanded for their fullest potential, and that is the definition of full utilization. So if you are a team leader and you're seeing somebody in your team who is bored, who is feeling restless, who are constantly looking for ways to help and constantly creating new solutions for problems, they are A players. And you yourself, if you're finding that there's a level of complacency when it comes to your full utilization, or maybe you find yourself in an environment where you're not fully utilized, you feel it. If you're an A player, you feel it. It feels restless. It feels uncomfortable, because A players, characteristically, they are made up the way that they're made up, the way they're wired. They demand to be fully utilized. Keystone habit number 5. And by the way, comment below. I want to hear from you. Are you a team leader, or are you a team member and you're looking to step up your performance, or maybe you're hoping to coach for success? Comment below. I want to hear from you. Which position are you in? And by the way, if you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to my channel. Ring that bell below, because every single week I release videos on this topic, so much more. And I try to have interesting backgrounds, interesting videos to hold your attention as well and to make it interesting for you. All right, so last keystone habit number 5 of A players is extreme ownership. Now, the term of extreme ownership was coined by a Navy SEAL. And when it comes to Navy SEAL training, when they are trained to become Navy SEALs, they are constantly working in a do or die situation. If they don't take full responsibility for their role and for their task, someone can die, or themselves, they can get injured. And that's where that terminology came about, is taking extreme ownership. So what does this mean? Extreme ownership is like making no excuses. It means I know what I'm responsible for. I know what I'm being held accountable for. And I'm not going to blame anyone outside of me. I'm not going to blame any systems. I'm not going to blame the environment. I'm not going to blame any processes. I'm going to take full responsibility for it. If there was a mistake or if there was a misstep, I'm going to own that mistake, and instead I'm going to correct it. I'm going to course correct. I'm going to improve. I'm going to be back in momentum again. This is extreme ownership. People who are A players take extreme ownership. They are not victims of their circumstance. They do not play the blame game. They don't blame themselves or other people. They're like, okay, what can I do better? How can I move past this? And how can I move past it as a stronger version of myself? That is extreme ownership. And so I have another video for you. If you're somebody who is a leader and you want to become a better leader for your teams, in the next video, I'm going to be talking about how you can become more valuable as a leader of your teams. That video is coming right up next, so don't go anywhere.